This video, we're going to take a look at the conversion of units with SI prefixes or System International prefixes. So the prefixes that we've got are going to be tera, giga, mega, kilo, hecta, deca, the base units, deci, centi, milli, micro, nano, and pico. We're going to probably not see all of those versions, but usually when we're doing a conversion in this course, we're going to be going either from base units to another unit, or we might go from the unit to, or the complex unit to the base unit. We're going to mostly do that for now. It's possible to go from like megas to millis or something like that, but I think it's probably easiest to go through the base unit at this point. In the past, you may have been shown ways to do this with counting over decimal places and those sorts of things. We're going to try to avoid that. We're going to use this table because this table is something that you'll have in this form in Science 30, and you'd have a similar kind of a table in Chemistry 30 or Physics 30 or Bio 30. So we might as well get used to what we might use when we get to the diploma. The first conversion I'm going to do is kilometers to meters. So it says that I'm going to do 400 kilometers to meters. So I'm going to be given kilometers and I want to get to meters. The way this reads is essentially for 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. So this means that 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. If I was using a different unit, 1 hectometer is 1,000 or 100 meters. And so I'm going to use those two values that are in this table to build a conversion factor. So when I'm doing 400 kilometers to meters, I'm going to write 400 kilometers, and I'm going to want to get rid of my kilometers. So whatever the units are there needs to go in the denominator here. Kilometers go here. And I want to be left with meters. And so if I want meters, meters need to go in the numerator. So I'm going to get meters that go here. The relationship between meters and kilometers we can see here was that 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. And so if I go back to here, 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. So the way that my numbers are going to be put into the calculator are going to be 400, that's kilometers, times 1,000 divided by 1 equals. And this is going to give me 4.00 times 10 to the 5 meters. So I've got this into scientific notation. If I put this into my calculator, what it might tell me is 400,000. But that's the wrong number of significant digits. And so to get the 3 sig digs that I had originally, I have put it into scientific notation, which is another video. But we're going to continue now, and we're going to convert 752 millimeters, and we want to come out with meters. So I'm going to multiply it by a fraction. Again, I want to get rid of my millimeters, so I need to put that in the denominator here. I got millimeters here. And I want to be left with my meters, so that's what goes in the numerator. What I want goes in the top. So sometimes people will go given times the fraction will have given on the bottom, required on the numerator, gives you required. So in this question that I'm doing here, my millimeters are what I was given, so the given goes in the denominator. I'm required to get meters, so I put meters in the numerator. So then I go back to my table to find the relationship between meters and millimeters. So here you can see that 1 millimeter is 0.001 meter. So 1 millimeter was 0.001 millimeter. So if I take 752 millimeters times 0.001 meter per 1 millimeter, the millimeters cancel out, and it's going to leave me with 0.752 meter. So to put that into my calculator, I put 752 times 0.001 divided by 1 equals. The next example, I'm going to not use meters, I'm going to use liters. It's another SI amount. And so I'm going from liters to kiloliters. So I've got 9.52 times 10 to the 6 liters. I want to get rid of liters and be left with kiloliters. So I need the relationship between kilo and the base unit. So 1 kilo is 1,000. So 1 kiloliter is 1,000 liters. So 1 kiloliter is 1,000 liters. And this is going to give me 9.52 times 10 to the 3 kiloliters. The liters cancel out and leave me with kiloliters. I have to put this into my calculator. It's going to be 9.52 times 10 to the 6 times 1 divided by 1,000 equals. And it converts from one unit to the other. My last example is going to be making micrograms into grams. So you probably haven't run into many micro units before. But in this case, I'm taking 4.1 times 10 to the 3 micrograms. I want to get rid of micrograms, so they go in the denominator. I want to be left with grams. The relationship between micrograms, 1 microgram is this many grams, or 10 to the negative 6. So 1 microgram is 10 to the negative 6 grams, and that was 0.000001 is what 10 to the negative 6 looks like. And this is going to give me 4.1 times 10 to the negative 3 grams is the number of micrograms that I've got. So this is how we can do a conversion with SI prefixes using this table. These are equivalent to one of those things, and this is the amount of the base unit, which we would multiply it by. We make a conversion factor to get rid of one unit and be left with what I want in the end. Hopefully that helps you understand how to use that table to make conversion factors using SI prefixes.